Hello and welcome to the unofficial Buzzer Senior Hockey League podcast. My name's Corey, and I'm joined by
Corey.
you. Um, man, you were happy to say your own name today. What's up with that? Spice it up.
Spice it up. Corey.
I just want to see if you're paying attention or not. So another weekend, some good games.
Great game.
I only got to one game on the weekend yesterday, so sick. You got to the game Friday night as well.
Mhm.
Let's want to run it down?
Sure. We're going to start off with River Valley and Bucktouche Friday. River Valley beat Bucktouche 10-0. Peter Trainer, 1 goal, 4 points. Peter Trainer in the week took first place. Quickly lost it back, but was in first place for points.
Yeah.
That has since changed. Benji Curtis, 2 goals, 3 points. Adam Crow, 2 goals. Devin Munn, 3 assists. A severe beating on Bucktouche there.
Yeah. A rough game for Bucktouche, but those things happen.
Yeah,
River Valley's kind of showing a little bit what they can do, man. They're pretty serious right now.
If there was an award for surprising team of the year, River Valley would be my pick, because I think everybody pegged them as a bottom 4 team, and they are literally a few points out from first place.
I don't disagree with a single word that you just said. I don't think that I would have predicted that River Valley turned it around. I knew that they'd get better in the second half of the season because they did last year as well. This is ridiculous. They're on a heck of a run right now.
I love things like that because it's so. When I'm wrong, I love it. I love it so much because it's something different. It's something entertaining for me, and it's something to see, where is this going to go? And now with the playoffs right at the doorstep, what's River Valley going to do? Are they legit a cup contender here?
You got to think that they can make a run here. Let's just run down the games and then we'll break it down some.
All right. So, second game on Friday, Tracadie beat Shippigan. The website didn't have the entire stats, so okay. I got Danny Chiasson, 1 goal, 3 points from Tracadie, and Shippigan's Jean-Samuel Lagacé got 2 goals. It was an overtime, I do believe.
Yep, it was an overtime win.
So the overtime, there was 1 goal. There were 2 goals missing on the website. 1 goal from, I believe, Shippigan, and the OT winner. So not really sure who won the game for Tracadie. This game seemed like it was a really fun game. The website really let us down, though.
Yeah, it's been some issues with the website. Shippigan had the lead early, and then Tracadie just always battles. They battled back and then took it in overtime. No surprise to me with Tracadie. It's just the kind of team that they are.
Tracadie is a team that I feel everybody is overlooking. They're picking this team, they're picking that team. Tracadie could take everything. They have the talent for it. They got a great goalie in net. They got a great roster. They could be a favorite, and people are just not realizing it.
Yeah, they got a fantastic fan base, which is very important come playoffs.
Absolutely.
A fantastic rink that you love so much.
My favorite.
If I'm a team in the bottom 4, I don't know if I want to face Tracadie. I don't want to face any of them, but Tracadie's a scary team to face.
Yeah. All I can say is yeah.
Next game,
final game on Friday. Spring Hill beat LC Puckduck 10-5. Spring Hill's Renee George had 4 goals, 5 points on this game. Adam Chipman, 1 goal, 3 points. Nick Jordan, 2 goals. And from LC, Alex Arsenault, 2 goals, 3 points. And Mac Brown, 1 goal, 3 points. Very good game. I was there for that game. LC has all the talent in the world. They do. They proved that on Sunday. We'll get to that game in a minute. The goaltending issue.
Yeah, it's been a real problem. How are you going to win when you're letting in 10 goals?
Exactly.
It's tough.
LC, the talent on that team is almost unmatched. Like defense wise, forward wise, they are almost flawless. Then you look in net, and there are some goals. I kept hearing some people. I was doing the live stream, and I kept hearing people. Oh, he's going to get scored 5-hole, and every time he got scored on was 5-hole, and it was just they kept pointing it out to me, and I was like, no. Oh, all right, then you got one. You won't get me again. And then they score again 5-hole, and after the third time, I learned my lesson. I was like, all right, he's weak on the 5-hole.
I heard a lot of. I wasn't at the game Friday. I was at the game Sunday. I heard a lot of before the game was. I hope Daigle starts tonight.
Yeah.
And then once Daigle was starting, it was. Oh, I'm really glad Daigle's starting tonight.
When Daigle came out for the warm up, and he was the first one on the ice, there was almost a relief in the crowd, in that we have a chance, even though you're facing Miramichi, that's a legit cup favorite. A real threat that had pretty much an entire roster with them. So that shows you how much they believe in the team, but the goaltending, not so much.
The Hawks, like you said, they have all the talent in the world. There's not really any team that can outplay them up front. I think they have the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
I don't even like you're taking some of the best defensemen in the league and making them play up front because you have too many good defensemen. That's what I'm saying here. Like, when your weakest defenseman is, I don't know, like who? I can't even say anybody. There's nobody that's Andy Joseph. I mean, I don't even know.
Maybe
Guitar's been stepping it up, playing phenomenally. Bear's been playing great. Andy Joseph's been playing great.
Yeah.
And then you've got a bunch of former Q guys with just amazing pedigrees.
Elijah Francis, Trey Lewis, Sawyer Hanna, like
Danny Crate,
Cratezilla.
Phenomenal defense. And when they're clicking, and I will say, let's keep going, but Sunday felt like they were clicking.
Yeah. So on Saturday, River Valley beat Spring Hill 8-6. River Valley, David Brewer, 2 goals, 6 points on this game. Adam Crow, 3 goals, and John Hardy, 1 goal, 3 points. Turning the page over. Peter Traynor, here's that name again, 5 assists in this game. Spring Hill had Adam Chipman, 2 goals, 3 points. R.D. Chisholm, 1 goal, 2 points. And Nick Jordan, 2 goals. Seemed like it was a really good game.
John Hardy dropped the gloves with Bobby Davis.
And they got suspended for that, right?
It would have been the last 10 minutes, so they each got a game.
Okay.
But, which, that's to Bucktouche's benefit, not having to deal with Davis on Saturday night, let's be honest, or Friday night. I don't know how that was a great game. I watched the third period. Somebody was streaming it, so shout out to he was Mike Smith was his name. I don't even remember his name.
I missed all of it.
Did you really?
I missed all of it. I didn't know there was a stream. Nobody let me know, and I wasn't. If I don't have to be on social media, I'm not. I'm probably working on something else. So, I didn't know that was happening.
I guess I didn't think to shoot you a message. What kind of a friend am I? That's terrible of me.
Well, you were pretty sick this weekend, so you get a pass on that one.
I was literally laying in bed, and somebody said they went live, and I was like, oh, man, let's check it out. And sure enough, there it was. They were live. So I want to get the guy's name so that I get it right because, come on. Can't get the name wrong.
No.
Mike Smith was streaming the game in Spring Hill, and it was really good quality. So, good game. I only caught the last 10 minutes of it because I didn't know he was streaming early on. But, man, River Valley keeps rolling.
Yeah, fantastic performance by them. I really can't wait to see how they do in the playoffs. All the teams. I'm chomping at the bit for these playoffs. I couldn't be more excited. But we're not done yet. We're going to Sunday. Sunday, the LC Puck Duck Hawks, they beat the Miramichi Northmen 5-4. LC's Alex Arsenault, 1 goal, 3 points. Mackenzie Brown, 1 goal, 2 points. Danik Crate with 2 assists. And from Miramichi, Bryce Milson, 2 goals, 3 points. And Alex Bernier, 2 assists. We were there for this game. We live streamed the game. Shout out to Roxanne Merle Young. I don't believe she was there, but she was watching the stream. Why is LC and Miramichi such a fun game? And why has Miramichi basically taken Bucktoosh's spot as LC's top rival?
It's the style of play, in my opinion. And you know what? I'll even say it. It's Nick Foran. Like, the crowd hates Nick Foran and LC. I don't know why. Like, for me personally, I think about all the guests we've had. Nick's one of the nicest guys. One of the nicest guys we've had on here.
It's funny.
On the ice, he just has that something.
Yeah, it's funny because our buddy Seb was with us, and he's like, and he kept calling him Fudda. I was like, who? So
you couldn't figure out who he meant?
I was like confused for who's Fudda. So he was talking about Nick Foran, and he's like, oh God, and I'm like, I've talked to him. He's a really nice guy, and he's like, yeah, I'm sure he's nice, but on the ice he's not. And I'm like, all right. So then Nick Foran did something else, and it's Nick Foran. I said Nick Foran doing Nick Foran things. You gotta love him.
Yeah, he's you talk about the spark for the JCs.
Exactly.
The spark for Miramichi, a big part of it is Nick Foran. Every time I go to a Miramichi game, I can't wait to see Nick Foran lay some hits and be a little bit of a pest, get up in someone's face, never be scared to back down for his teammates. He's always going to be there to defend his teammates. The same way that the Hawks have a couple of guys now that do the same thing. Like, it's important in this league to have those guys on the lineup. This was a phenomenal game.
You looked at me at one point during intermission, and you were like, where does this rank as best game of the year? And I was like, it has to be in the top 5, top 10 at least, but maybe top 5. One of the fans kept asking me, fans at the arena kept asking me, you think we see Sawyer and Foran fight? I'm like, I don't think we're that lucky. I think that is like Mike Tyson and Vander Holyfield level right there.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a tilt. I'd be down for that one. I don't think we see it at this point because it would mean that Foran gets suspended for a couple of games. It would be a fourth fight. And say what you want about Nick Foran, he's got some discipline. Absolutely. He's not just going to drop them for anybody. And right now, he wants the Miramichi Northmen to do well. He wants them to have a playoff run, and he knows that he's a huge part of that. So
absolutely.
I'm going to go back and say something. You mentioned Alex Arsenault, 1 goal, 2 assists. Alex Arsenault, 1 goal, 2 assists. One of the nicest goals that I've seen this year.
Oh yeah,
that breakaway goal, a little deep. Like, it was nice from where we were, but we were on the other end of the ice. When I watched Cheryl's clip of it, man, I must have watched it 10 times. That was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, I watched it a bunch of times too. There's so much talent in this league. We saw a few. I saw a few of my old high school friends. I'm going to call them friends. We didn't hang out that much, but one of them is Marco Duano. A lot of people might know him. He's a really good musician. He had no clue we were doing this podcast. There's just this one guy that was like, yeah, it's pretty big. And I'm like, all right, then it's pretty big.
I mean, we've come a long way. There was one more game on the weekend. Let's knock it out quick.
Dalhousie beat Shippigan 6-2. Pascal Valcourt takes his spot back at the top. 2 goals, 5 points. Jesco Bernard, 1 goal, 3 points. Ryan Mockler, 1 goal, 3 points. And Francis Thibault, 1 goal, 2 points. Shippigan's Jean-Samuel Lagacé, 1 goal. And Jan Plurde, 1 goal.
One of the only almost sure things in the first round, and it's not even a sure thing because it might not happen, but if Dalhousie plays Shippigan on Friday in Shippigan, we'll be there. And Shippigan plays Bucktoosh in Bucktoosh on Sunday.
Yeah.
If Dalhousie beats Shippigan and Bucktoosh manages to get a point pretty much any way that they can, it should be Shippigan versus Dalhousie in the first round. So Dalhousie's kind of holding their own fate here. If they can beat Shippigan twice in a row, that's very likely to be a first round matchup.
And I'm sure we're gonna make it to at least a couple of these games if it does happen.
Yeah, there's no question. We've got to get out some of these games. We're going to try to get to at least 1 game from every series or 2 games from every series.
Yeah.
It means that we're going to be traveling a lot and not all of us are going to be at every game, but
Here's something that somebody asked me. And if you don't have the answer, like I always say, just edit this part out. They said for the finals. And when they asked me that for the finals, I'm like, the finals, the last two team in the league. They're like, yes, will you be streaming? And I was like, I'm uncertain because it depends what the internet quality is.
So we're looking at getting a 5G wireless modem, which is sold by Rogers. It's a little bit of an investment, but it's also an investment in the quality of the streams that we do. So we're looking at investing in a little bit of a 5G modem because it doesn't need a satellite. It just hooks up to the 5G. So we're looking into buying this. It needs to be plugged somewhere, but it doesn't necessarily have to be plugged near where we are. So once we would plug that in, it then acts as a Wi-Fi router, and we can connect to that Wi-Fi router as long as we're within reason. And I think the connections that I have now with most of the teams, it shouldn't really be an issue for me to be able to get somewhere in the arena where I can plug this in and then connect to it. So if I'm thinking about like Rishabakto, maybe I put it in like, at the end of the rink where they have like the ice keeping stuff, that room next to the ref's room. Or, when I think about Dalhousie, maybe I put it underneath the stands or I find somewhere. So the hope is with this device, the quality of the stream is going to increase and we'll be able to connect. Because the issue with the streams is when we're trying to connect and we're in a really crowded area. So if we're in Rishabakto, even though there's 300 people in the rink, yesterday the stream was pretty good because we were at the end of the rink and there was really only like 20 people around us. My sister and Tracy were sitting in the stands. They had basically no 5G. They were trying to upload goals and they didn't upload until after the game when they were leaving.
Wow.
So we wouldn't have been able to stream had we stayed over there. So getting away from the congestion definitely helps. So we might be streaming more of the games from like the ends of the rink, which I don't really mind because I personally like standing at the ends of the rink.
I enjoyed it.
I love standing at the ends of the rink. So it sucks for stream quality, but we're also looking into this Rogers modem and getting that hooked up. So we'll see how that works. Our plan right now is to stream come playoffs. If we're at a game and we'll be streaming it at least the third period. And come finals, we'll be streaming at least the third period if we can, or maybe the whole game.
All right.
The streams are going to be going up and up and up, and people love it. Corey does a good job. So
thank you. I enjoy doing it. Even you came up to me yesterday and like, you really like doing that? I'm like, I love it. He's like, good. I don't have to do it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like running the camera. It's just something that I've tried. I've tried sitting and running it and doing what Cheryl does. I tried doing what you do. I'm not bad at it, but I'm not good at it, and I don't like it. And I know my value. It's just not there. I can be better served posting stuff to social media or doing something else. So I'll go do that other thing and let you guys that actually have skill doing that do it. I will say, you know what though? I watch hockey games and I'm like, man, those guys that are recording it, talented. Those are some talented dudes. That's not easy to do. So yeah, no, the plan is to stream a lot come playoffs. I've talked to a lot of the teams. All the teams are on board. If we can stream, they're going to let us stream from their rinks. As long as we can connect to the internet, we're going to try to make it happen, bring as much coverage as possible. But I will tell you, if you're thinking, should I go to the rink or should I watch the stream? Go to the rink.
Go to the rink. Think about yesterday.
Yeah.
If you watch the beginning of the stream when the national anthems are happening and all that, you look into the stands, it is jam-packed.
Yeah.
People in the stands, people at the canteen area or around the rink. This was a playoff hockey game, but it's not the playoffs. Now, that's what I mean with the LC and Miramichi. They draw a crowd.
And it seems like it's like that around the league too. Like there's only more people every week, more and more and more people. Dalhousie's got amazing crowds. We've got a phenomenal team. River Valley's pulling really good crowds. Spring Hill's been pulling bigger and bigger crowds. Like Miramichi has had amazing crowds with the exception of like maybe one or two games. Phenomenal, sold out almost every game.
Here's something I want to ask you like mid-season and I forgot about it.
Yep.
Who do you think is the team that pulls in the bigger crowds? Like who's the biggest draw? Miramichi?
I think so. They've got a bigger rink.
Yeah, but not even that. My pick was Miramichi too. They bring their crowds with them.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
went to River Valley, that first River Valley game, it was jam packed. This is the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Miramichi fans are amazing. Like yesterday, we were waiting outside. So we get to the rink yesterday. Let's share this story. We get to the rink
Oh boy.
yesterday. Corey gets to the rink yesterday. I'm not even at the rink. I am just like, I'm still here getting ready to head over. Corey gets to the rink at like an ungodly hour, but thank God for him. He saves us spots to sit. So he's the real MVP of this podcast. But so Corey gets there and he's like, I don't know if there's gonna be a game today. And I'm like, what? So he calls us and we're all on like our group chat and we're all like, what the hell are you talking about? So explain the situation, Corey.
So I'm in my car and I like get there and I'm like preparing stuff or whatever. So I get out of my car and I go in and I see that the place where you pay, like where the ladies are, is still closed. So as I'm getting in, I don't know the guy's name, the guy that sells 50/50s. You know his
Rocker.
name? Rocker?
Yeah, it's his nickname, Rocker.
Okay, Rocker. So Rocker's just basically telling a bunch of us, like, there might not be a game tonight. It might be canceled.
Yeah.
As the Miramichi bus pulls in and the players are coming off, and he's like, I don't know if there's going to be a game tonight. There is not one single bathroom working. No toilets are working. And I'm like, all right. So instead of getting in line, I go back to my car and I call Corey, Cheryl,
So
and
wait a second.
Tracy.
What did the Northman players do when they heard that? They just kept unloading?
Stayed outside. They
Okay.
just stood outside. They did not bring anything out. So my buddy Charlie was going to come too. So I called you guys and then I called Charlie and I was like, I'm not sure if there's going to be a game. Like they're saying there's no toilets working. At one point they got Trey Lewis. Trey Lewis went to go check, which made me laugh. But finally Corey and Tracy got there and we're literally downstairs sitting, waiting for any answer. And then they just let people go in. I don't know what they did to fix it, but there was a legit scare that the game was going to be canceled. And the Miramichi players, I don't know if they were told. They didn't seem that upset. I don't think anybody had told them. But yeah, imagine getting on a bus, driving all the way to Rishabuktu and having to go back.
I mean, I don't think that anybody would have been aware of it before, I don't know what time people were made aware. I didn't hear about it until you told me. So, but yeah, so the moral of the story though is, so the toilets are plugged. Everybody's waiting in the lobby. I get there and Corey's like off to the side. I see him and then I turn and it's all like a bunch of Miramichi fans. There was like 20 Miramichi fans outside. Like these people are so awesome, man.
Yep.
So
I love the Miramichi crowd. There's just something. Like if you're asking me second favorite arena, it has to be Miramichi. Just the history there. The
second favorite. There. What's your favorite? Tragedy.
Tragedy.
All right, it's fine. Miramichi is my favorite rink in the league.
Yeah.
I love that rink.
Yeah, if it wouldn't be for the nostalgia in Tragedy, just the wood, like going through doors and it's wooden doors and it's like wooden platforms and all that, that brings me back.
Yeah, I get that. It's cool. So yeah, no, it was just great. We're there early, and I love the people in this league because we're all just like sitting there, a bunch of Northman fans and Hawks fans. Everybody's talking, laughing, whatever. Yep. And then I don't know, they announced that the toilets are fixed and the game's going, so we get in. And I was like, just wait, we'll send Cheryl into the bathroom and she'll scare it to working or something. I don't know. Like, I was like, make sure she doesn't go to the locker rooms though, for the love of God. There's no barricades and security wasn't there yet, so nobody was safe from Cheryl. Yeah, no, I'm glad that it went through. I mean, they could have rescheduled the next Sunday or something. Wouldn't have been the end of the world, but I really want to get to that Shipping and Bucktouche game next Sunday. Yeah. So I'm really glad that this game went through.
Yeah. I don't know. It shit happens. And if it would have happened, nothing you can do about it. But this close into the season, I want all the games to go on. I want the season to start as early as it can so we don't have a repeat from last year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, play it outside, do what you gotta do. Let's get it going. Yeah. Let's keep it going. We want to see some hockey.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it went on because it was definitely one of the best games of the year. It was so much fun. The environment was great.
No, there's something about Miramichi and LC. It's like none other. It's almost like LC and Bucktouche last year. LC and Bucktouche have had some great games this year, but not like last year. Last year there was something in the air.
I agree.
So before we got a bunch of stuff still to go. You still got a full page.
Yeah, let's go.
So if the playoffs would start today,
Today.
we would be looking at Dalhousie versus Shippigan, River Valley versus Bucktouche, Tracadie versus Spring Hill, and Miramichi versus Elsie.
Let's go. Sounds perfect.
That Elsie Miramichi game, if they could like have a series, because right now they're 1 point ahead. Like Miramichi's 1 point ahead.
Yeah.
So depending on what happens next weekend, if that can stay like that, God, that's going to be so good.
So much can change, not in the sense that, like Shipkin can't go from last to first, obviously, but so much can change in like a 3 within 3. So Elspecta could go up by as much as 1 position.
They could also go down by 1.
They could go down by 1, maybe 2. And the same thing, like Spring Hill could go up by a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Nothing is decided right now. So, yeah, I would love if the playoffs started with that layout. That would be phenomenal for me.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy that a lot. But we've still got 7 more games to play. So
yeah, there's a lot of games like Shippigan and Dalhousie would be. They're all doable, but they're more of a pain because they're further away. Bucktouche and River Valley, that's very doable. Tracadie and Spring Hill, that's a little far. Elsie Miramichi, if we would want to, we could make these. If it goes 7 games, it would be possible. But I think we'll be spreading out a little bit during these times.
Yeah, we'll try to get to all the series. If it gets to game 8, Miramichi and Elsie, you get there first and wait for me.
We'll do.
Thank you.
We'll do.
What else do we have?
So Corey's gonna love this one.
Oh God.
Our picks.
Yeah. Let's talk about our picks. Let's talk about them.
So I did not do too good this weekend. I went 2-4.
Yeah.
Corey, you went 4-2. You got the mirror from me.
Screw the loony.
So I dropped to 27-29. So I am under 500. I still did better than you, though. I still have a better score than you. You are 26-30.
So you're 1 win ahead of me?
Yes.
Let's go. Man, we're right there.
Right there.
We only have 1 more weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do my picks by Ouija board. I might spin a bottle. I might let my cat walk towards sheets of paper. We're not sure yet. We'll see. I might know. Corey doesn't know. None of you know. Corey, I know you want to know.
Well, we're only going to make our picks on Thursday.
Maybe I've already made them.
Maybe I've already made them.
I know you've already made them.
We're going to have to wait till Thursday.
I haven't made my picks yet. I've been thinking about it, though. I've been thinking about it more than I normally think about it. Like, I was actually at the Hawks game yesterday thinking, like, man, who am I going to pick for this game next weekend?
Who wants that toy belt?
I want to win for sure.
He wants the toy belt. That's all it is.
Man, for any team that wants to win, you better hope I don't pick you because it's never good.
All right, just a few more things. What is the game of the week?
Man, that's tough. Probably Hawks Miramichi because of the rivalry, but if you're looking at like a nail biter of a game, I think Tracadie Shippigan. Tracadie came back from down a few. That might be game of the week.
That's your game of the week. I'm going with Elsie and Miramichi. Very close game. Didn't go to overtime. The Hawks kept the lead the entire time. Miramichi tied it a few times. But just you can smell the hatred in that game.
Yeah, those teams don't like each other. They both play a really hard-hitting style, and man.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen a lot of Alex Arsenault playing yet. I think I've been to maybe 4 games that he's played. And even some of those games that I've been to, I've been kind of focused on the social media stuff or doing something else. Yesterday, I really sat down and focused and watched Alex Arsenault. And he plays on a line with Robbie Graham and Mac Brown last night. That's one of the best lines in the league, man.
Probably the best in the league.
What about, I don't know, best in the league? What about the Bernard, Valcourt, and Ryan Mockler line?
Very good line too.
Not the best line in the league.
Let's call it a tie.
Tie. It's tough, man. Those are some, like how do you pick?
It's two
Those are
great
such
lines. It's two
so
great
good.
friggin' lines. Flip a coin, take your pick. The talent is on both teams. They have been two of my favorite teams the entire season.
Yeah. Tough one. I'm just saying, Alex is talented kid.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, your father, Bob.
Yeah, my dad loves Alex. Yeah, he loves watching Alex play. He'll always talk to me about how good he's playing. I'm like, yeah, right on.
I missed your parents last night.
Yeah, it's nice having them at the games. It's been a good time.
Your dad is a man of few words, but he always like, how's it going? And like very like cordial. Your mom, I always have a great conversation with him.
Yeah, my mom's awesome.
Yeah, she sure is. Your dad too. Your whole family's great.
Even Cheryl?
Yeah, Cheryl's great.
All right.
Cheryl or Shelly?
Shelly. The locker room creeper.
So, okay. We got player of the week now.
You go first.
Hands down, Peter Traynor. One goal, 9 points in 2 games. Took the lead until Valcourt took it back. So, agree or disagree?
100% agree.
100% agree. I was talking about Pascal Valcourt. He has since taken his top points record with him. He has 19 goals, 27 assists, 46 points. Trainer's breathing down his neck, though.
And River Valley has one more game to play than Dalhousie. Dalhousie's got 1 game left. River Valley has 2.
Peter Traynor goes on a tear. It wouldn't even shock me. It would not shock me if these would tie.
If they tie?
If they tie, it would not shock me whatsoever. Listen, if Wrestling with the Bros can get their very first awards and the MVP of the year is a tie, this is very possible.
I think, I mean, to be fair though, River Valley plays against Miramichi, so that's a tough game, always a tough game, and then they play against Trackety on Tuesday.
Oof,
so, it's an uphill battle. Dalhousie still has 1 game to play. But I know when he took over the lead, a couple people actually texted me a screenshot of the statistics from the website because they were like, "Did you notice this?" Yeah.
You sent me that screenshot too, and you're like, "Thoughts?" And I'm like, I honestly can't believe. I shouldn't be shocked. Peter Traynor is a beast.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. I don't know. He's the face of the franchise type of player. He is that friggin' good.
He's a phenomenal player, man. It's gonna be great. Last weekend, couldn't have scripted it better than this. I am excited. Can't believe that we're this far into the season. I'm still just as pumped as I was week 1, maybe more so because the playoffs are coming. Do we have anything else this episode, Corey?
That's it for this episode.
That's it. That's all we got. All right, it's gone long enough, so we'll cut it here. People are like, "Yeah, thank God, stop talking." My goodness. Corey, it's been a good time. We'll be back on Thursday.
All right, I'll see you Thursday.
See you soon.
Take care.